Yeah, I'm going for a little ride here right now. The opposite direction I need to be going, but I wanted to talk about this. The only good part about this video is going to be that the ski tow here has hardly any snow. About all the snow they have is what they've made. I think they only got the tube park open. I don't think they got any of the ski lifts, but don't matter to me. Less snow, the better. What I want to talk about's coming up here. One of the things that disgusts me the most, what's going on in this country. I didn't realize this, but I was told about it last night. From what I understand, this property right here is signed up for solar panels. This field here is over 100 acres. Now, I don't know if this will actually ever get into it, because exactly where it's located, but this chunk is probably big enough that it would be what they would do. Yeah, hold on. But that's not the only one. Now, like I say, this one here, I don't think, well, like I say, it probably would if it ever goes through. I don't know if some of these deals will ever go through, whether they're signing up land like they used to do back in the 80s with gas wells. I don't know if how this actually works, whether they're actually buying the land or whether they're leasing it. Like the gas wells, they would pay you so much a year to sign up your property, and then when they drilled, they would pay you royalties, and then you had free gas for the house. I don't know if any of that actually matters, you know, with solar panels. I don't think any of this has to do with Commandant Gates, because from stuff I've seen, some graphs and statistics, not saying he hasn't, but I haven't seen where he's actually bought land in Pennsylvania. He's more out in the Dakotas, and that was the big one I saw yesterday, a big ranch out in Dakotas they just bought. And, you know, Iowa, Illinois, anything along the Mississippi. So I don't know what the whole deals are. But the biggest section comes up here. And it all starts with this next intersection, not this one. Because this is where we're going to end up back on this route that I'm taking. The majority of it has to deal with this road here, because of this road here, the way it comes. Like I say, this here, I haven't heard nothing about. I don't know if it is or not. But it's one of them cases, they're close enough, people are greedy enough nowadays, that it might be. So I don't know how big of a tract of land they're looking for, or what they're signing up. But from what I understand, and I'm assuming, this piece of ground is, I don't know who all actually owns what. I know who works this ground. I'm pretty sure that they do own it. I was told a portion of their farm was signed up. So what makes sense is this portion here. I don't know how many acres are in that. You know, I didn't even realize they had corn in here. But it comes into this field, all this here. That's what I'm assuming. We turn the corner up here. Gotta pay extra attention here. You're not supposed to be videotaping while you're driving or using a handheld device, but top. I was told this property here for sure. This field here, this used to be a a gravel pit down there in the valley. But I was told this field and probably that over there, plus all this on the left. But I know this is one owner. All this down here, these two fields, this one here and on the other side of this next road we're turning, this has been corn probably at least 40 years. It's been corn on corn for I don't know how long. The guys that own this used to be the owners of the John Deere dealer, or related to the local John Deere dealer. This field here, I'm 99% sure will never see panels, because the guy that owns this now, he just bought it in the last couple years, and the reason that they sold it to him is that they didn't want panels, or didn't want it sold for development. So I got a car behind me, but when we get around the corner here, I'll show you the rest of it. Okay, I just come from that direction this way, across the main highway. Now I'm back on that road I'd mentioned before. And that there's our local John Deere dealer, which is a joke. Basically, can't really see, but it's all compact utilities. They really have nothing of size there. But I was told at one time that all this was going to be in for solar panels. But what I was told last night, because I'm pretty sure they're the ones that own this now, the ones that used to own it that used to be our New Holland dealer, until the son, the last, put the place out of business, and then the John Deere dealer moved down here. But they ended up selling this property because of the debts the son racked up. But from what I was told last night, they told him there was no way in hell to keep your ass off the goddamn property. They don't want them anywhere near this down here. But right there is why they would want this, because this ties close enough to all that property coming down the other road there, and on this road, first road I went down, they have to have some place to hook in, and that's what they're going to want, is a substation. Be the main reason. So I doubt they would be able to stop them, because you know damn well how corrupt our government is, what they would do, which at times there's reasons for it, and I don't see this as being a reason for this. But they will claim eminent domain, and they will just confiscate it. Pay you a fair price, which is probably a fraction what they paid everybody else because you held out. But that's what's sickening, because all this ground here is good, solid ground. I mean, this is all pretty much gravel ground through here. I rarely ever see anybody getting stuck in here on any of this ground. Like I say, that was a gravel pit on that other road. On the other side of the main highway there from where I came, the only other guy left in the township milking cows other than me, they have, I don't know if they ever had an active gravel pit. The one brother of the dad did gravel work and stuff, so I don't know if they actually sold out of that pit or what, but they had, you know, gravel on their ground. So it stands to reason there's veins of it or whatever through here. So like I say, I didn't think that we would be seeing that. I've heard rumors, but I guess more of it's coming into play here now. If I went on the main highway there, if I went to the south another mile and a half and then turned up that one road, I heard there's land up there that's been put in for solar panels, signed up for it or bought out for it or what, I don't know. But it's a case because guys own the property, their kids don't want to farm or can't farm or can't afford to farm, or they were forced out. You know, they're looking at retirement, never had much saved up for it. Now they're looking at this as an opportunity to cash in, basically. But again, you're selling out prime farmland. So, but now I'm going to take another ride to another section on the other side of town, and I have a feeling it's going to be the same thing. This field over here, I don't expect to ever see that happening with. Not saying it's not possible, but what I see in the future is all this ground up here, everything on the left. I don't know about this here on the right. This used to be the John Deere dealer before they moved. But all this here, this used to be a big dairy farm here for our area. They used to have what was called a Trigon parlor. I don't know if anybody knows what that is. But all that ground there, I wouldn't be surprised if it gets put into it. And then, turn the corner up here. And with that, all this over here, I wouldn't be surprised if I hear it someday. All because got a substation right here. And this is a possibility of another big block, because like I say, this ground here, all this here, all this ground is actually ground somebody farms. But then you get over the crest of the hill here. Got more acreage there. Nobody's touched this ground probably in 25, 30 years. I don't know when the last time anybody's done anything in there. Like I say, up here's another farm that's been being lotted off at times, sold off parts of it. And that opens up. This is another farm. The father just died here. Farm down there. We'll go down that road. There's that ground there. All this here. I don't know how much they actually own, but like I said, the father died here 2 years ago now? 3 years ago. They no longer milk cows. I don't know if they're even running beef anymore. But there's other health issues with family members. So how long they would stay in it, who knows. Chopper I should ask about, but they're all international guys. Like a bee sitting back there. I know I'm buzzing through this kind of fast because I really don't want to end up with too long of a video, but like I say, all this open ground could be at some point under solar panels if these idiots have their way. I don't think I'll never get an offer probably, because the neighbor down below us, all their property is in agricultural preservation program. They had their developmental rights bought out on it. Not saying that it couldn't be, because all you have to do is buy them rights back, and if somebody wants that ground enough, they will put out the money to do it. But I'm close enough to that, like I say, which doesn't bother me one bit. There is no chance in hell, even if they came, I don't give a shit that I'm in bankruptcy, I'm losing everything, I have no money. There's no amount of money that they would ever offer me to sell the property for that bullshit. And that was the other thing, because our property's in an LLC. Me and my 3 brothers, to sell anything, have to agree completely. One guy cannot make the other ones sell. We all have to agree. That was one of the things I wanted, because I didn't want to, well, I don't want the property anymore. You got to buy me out. There's no way in hell I'd ever be able to buy out somebody. So unless we all agree to sell, nobody can sell. And it's basically last man standing. You know, if I die tomorrow, it goes to my 3 brothers. And it's the same damn thing. And they can't do anything unless they all agree. So, I mean, it screws me a little bit on what I can do for my retirement, which I don't ever expect to be able to retire anyhow. But that's where we're at on that. I don't know if any of this, there's no real big tracts of land here. I would see it actually happening out this far, but you never know. Money talks. So I gotta head the other way now. I've been in a complete opposite direction I planned on going. I say, if you want them damn things, put them in your own backyard. That's right where they belong. Why you gotta take good farmland for that crap, I have no idea. I say, I'm fine with technology. If you want it, put it on your own. You know, you only got so much land, and people have these big yards and end up wasting all that fertilizer so they're green so they can mow them every 4 days. You know, it's just the idiocy of the way people are doing things nowadays. But I guess I'm gonna lend this on that. You know, I got more stuff I'll say at some other time, but I just see no use wasting ground for them things. Because in 20 years, 25 years, you'll just end up tearing them out, and they can't be recycled. There's no other use for them. It's just going to be a hazardous waste. Of we having more super, what the hell they used to call them? Super something. They were major dump sites. Super, they had to clean up. Spend millions of dollars to clean that crap up. So, but anyway, thanks for watching, and we'll catch up to you later.